Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? My name is Jay Hollingshed. I am back, and we are live once again for another episode of my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Thank you so much for tuning in, being a consistent viewer. I so much appreciate that. Now, today is day 3 of the week. We always discuss pillar number 3 on day 3. This is Tuesday. So on pillar number 3, pillar number 3 is focus and concentration. Focus and concentration. Now, before we get into that, I want to give out my shouts and tell everybody where you can find me in all of my episodes, including this one in its entirety. I want you to go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share, tag somebody, give this away. It's already free. So just tag somebody and give them this blessing, okay? If you know an athlete, if you know an entrepreneur that wants to take their game to the next level, then tag them in the videos. Show them how much they can learn from it. Now, that's on YouTube. I also want to thank everybody for watching on repeat. If you are watching this and you are a repeat watcher, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. I got to give shouts out to my brother, AJ Arthur Hollingshed, my man. I love you, bro. Also, Big Frank, another front row seat. Patrick Steinberg, another front row seat. All my season ticket holders showing up. Front row seat as usual. I appreciate you. I got to show y'all some love, man. I appreciate you. Y'all showing me love, tuning in right at 10 o'clock on the dot. So, with no further delay, let's get right into it. This is episode 178 of 365. And like I said, we're talking about focus and concentration today. So, today I'm going to share with you a tip on how to regain your focus and concentration when performing. A lot of times we get out and we perform, we're doing our thing, and then we draw a blank. So when we're at the point of drawing a blank, how do we regain our focus and pick up where we left off? Here we go. Now, put this in the frame. I'm going to frame this as a story. So you've planned, you've practiced, and you studied, you've prepared, you've memorized, you've visualized, you've meditated on your performance, you've done all of that, and you're ready for it. You've been preparing for months and months and months. Now the big day is here. This is the day of your big performance. So, your big performance, what is it? It could be your big office presentation if you are in the corporate arena, or if you're an entrepreneur, you're making a big presentation to a client. So you could be doing that. You could be in the big game. This is your big game, okay? It's here. The day is here. In the big game, this is your first time starting. You are now a starter in the big game, okay? So, or you could be the opening act of a big show. All eyes are on you, regardless of your performance, what you're doing, no matter how hard you've been practicing and studying. Once you hit that stage, the curtain goes back and the lights come on. All eyes are on you. Now, how do you feel? You're nervous. It's kind of like the song Lose Yourself by Eminem. You know, you're nervous, your knees weak, your palms are sweaty. So what happens? What do you do? So what? You're nervous, your knees weak, and your knees are weak and your palms are sweaty. You got to jump right in and do what you got to do. You take a deep breath and boom, there you go. You're right off. You're coming out the gate. You jump out the gate like a rock star. You killing the game with your performance. And now you're out there, you're doing your thing. Your crowd is going wild. Everybody's loving it. If the crowd isn't going wild, you're in a corporate arena, you got all eyes on you. They're taking notes. Everybody's got their focus and concentration on you. You have their attention. You have their mind. You are feeding them. They are dry sponges for all you're giving them. You are giving them information. Now, in the midst of doing all that, in the midst of your rock star performance, boom, you draw a blank. What happens? All of a sudden, your performance is threatened. And where's your mind now? Your mind is on the mistakes you're making, or your mind is on the outcome of this performance because you're making mistakes. Well, if your mind is on the outcome of the performance, your mind is in the future. The future isn't here. It doesn't exist. So if you're worried about the mistakes that you made already, that's the past. The past isn't here. The past doesn't exist anymore. The present moment is right now, the here and now. So you can't worry about your mistakes that you already made. You can't worry about a possible outcome when you don't know what the outcome is, because that's the future. When I work with my athletes, I talk to them and I tell them that that's called time traveling. You're everywhere but where you're supposed to be. Where you're supposed to be is right here in the here and now. So in the midst of your performance, you draw a blank. What do you do? When you started out, your objective was to do what? To win at all costs. Your objective was to win at your performance. Kill the game. Do what you got to do. Go out there and take care of your business. You came out like a rock star. You want to pick up and start back as a rock star. So here's an easy, simple way to help you regain your focus and concentration. Take the word win. You're supposed to win at all costs anyway, right? So take the word win, W-I-N, and let me get my notes. Here we go. Win. W-I-N. What does that stand for? What's important now? What's important now? Now, I got this information from attending a performance psychology lecture given by Dr. Eddie O'Connor, who's a clinical sports psychologist. Really good information. But what he shared with me is a lot of great stuff. But I had to share this with you all on focus and concentration. When you're giving a performance and you're in the middle of that performance and you lose your concentration and you lose your focus, think about what you want to do. You want to win. So if you want to win, think about what's important now. If you're thinking about what's important now, you're in the here and now. You're in the present. You're not in the past worried about your mistakes. You're not in the future worried about a possible outcome. You are thinking about the here and now, the present moment. And when you think about the here and now, that brings you back to center, back to where you are. Your mind is no longer in the past. Your mind is no longer in the future. Your mind is back here, picking up where you left off and being the rock star you started out being. So when you came out the gate, you came out killing the game. So here's when you pick up, kill the game, go forward, do what you got to do. So keep that acronym in mind whenever you are giving a performance. And this is part of setting your high performance mindset. You have to be able to bring your focus back in the midst of losing your focus. So W-I-N, what's important now, okay? Keep that in mind. What's important now? That brings you back to your focus. That's all that I have for today on episode 178 of 365. Today has been focus and concentration. Today is Tuesday, pillar number 3. Thank you so much. And when you do this, when you focus on your win, W-I-N, you are making an effort. Remember, as always, make an effort, not an excuse. In life, you're only going to make 2 things, efforts or an excuse. You got to make your effort, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody, all of my people. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.